The scene opens tonight in New Sarum, 30 minutes after Stefan Braunfiedler wakes from his daily slumber. Um, he starts his night off pretty typically before he steps over to one of his work tables and works on trying to get the finishing touches on a couple of small busts of historic figures. He figures he would do something he hasn't done, and make a couple busts of people he hasn't done yet. Um, Once he is um, finished going about, bathing and other such, basic hygiene rituals, he steps on over to that work table and um, he he looks at the two little statues he started, knowing that between these and his chess pieces, he's going to be completely out of stone. He's going to be completely out of material. This is the last. He has to make it count. He has to find some other way to get the materials for realistically what's becoming his hobby instead of a pursuit, a professional pursuit. Something maybe he can realistically make a good sum of money from. Nonetheless, he sets to work. He pulls the uh, statue of that he started. He's thinking, how about Benjamin Franklin? Yes, that would be a really good one. Yes, and then he looks at the other one just ever so quickly, and he's like, who who could he who could he carve the second bust like this? What is the basic shape? What is it? Who does it remind him of? It's got to be really good. Hmm, about General Robert E. Lee. Yes, that would be great. That would be great. The people who go to that diner, they tend to like historical figures, both northern and southern. Yes, that would be great. So he gets to work on trying to put some detail into the first sculpture. He really needs to get this likeness of Benjamin Franklin. Out of character, this is going to be an extended roll. I'm going to make 3 rolls in the extension for each piece, um, to figure out quality and whether or not he can actually put this together with all of his talents in a pretty timely manner. It's going to take place over 2 hours, so roughly 1 hour per piece. Let's see if he can do it. Um, Difficulty for this probably should be about 6. So yeah, he gets to work. He starts putting the basic shape. Try to get the basic appearance of Benjamin Franklin. This pretty great man that he's learned about. He remembers now as he starts carving the likeness into this uh, light basalt, very light colored basalt. Um, um, he remembers the image. He remembers his history lessons when he was back in college so many years ago. He was working on his degree, and he a pleasant smile washes over his face. He kind of he thinks out loud a little bit. Ah, yes, yeah, yeah. This is good. Yes, I will not disappoint the patrons of the diner. They have liked my pieces before, and this is one of them. Oh, I'm so pleased. And he gets back to work. He realizes he's thinking out loud, but he gotta go quiet. He gets back to work on the first of his two pieces, making the second roll. Dexterity plus crafts. Okay, so there's a total of 6 successes. His work, he becomes even more enamored in his work. He is so pleased with how this is turning out. This is going to be a very good work. It, he feels as though he can do two of these small busts, these 7-inch tall or 7 by 4 around pieces in 2 hours, 1 hour each. He's very pleased. He's very much pleased with himself and in his talent. He realizes that despite all the things in the past, his failed showing at the Rose, the thing he was never able to make. He starts thinking about the contact. He only met her once, but he starts to wonder if he will ever be able to meet with Miss Fitzpatrick again, and maybe try to mend the relationship, try to reopen negotiations with his contacts. But he can't be bothered with negative thoughts right now. He's very pleased with himself. He's very happy. He knows he can do this. And the third roll, wow, 1, 3, 4, 5. So 11 successes into this. As it comes to the end of the first hour, he puts the last finishing touch. The thing that will really bring out the life in this piece, as he's always been able to do with these small busts, to really bring that soul, that life, that vibrance, that essence of the people, of these historical people that he's learned about, to really convey the thought, the emotions that maybe they might have felt. And he realizes that with Benjamin Franklin, much like a lot of people, he puts that last touch on the eyes. He actually adds a little bit of paint and gloss to finish them, to make them appear as though maybe this statue is alive, kind of. Maybe there's an essence of this man's spirit that he has coerced into the stone. And he finishes the last one. He looks at it. Yes, he can definitely see it. He pushes the first one back a little bit into a clean area of his work table, and once he has that in a safe area where it won't get pushed off the workbench, and where the paint and gloss can dry, he pulls the other one near. This is going to be carved in the likeness of Robert E. Lee, a great Southern general in the Civil War. It's going to be an older likeness of Robert Lee. and he begins his work on this. This is going into the second hour. He knows that he only has till about 10, but maybe he can catch them after closing, but before they go home for the night, and get this done. 3 successes on the first roll. He's starting to see a little bit of a pattern. He's in a groove. His mind is just racing exuberantly. He's caught up in a celebration of his work. This is what it is to be bon vivant. This is truly what it is like to enjoy one's pursuits. He thinks to himself as he says that out loud, and continues 20 or 10, 15, 20 minutes. He's very much, he's so much more into the zone right now that the recent downs that the recent downtime or down moods that he's had recently just seem to wash away in this moment, as he's literally enraptured like what his sire told him about the members of the Clan of the Rose. One of the pursuits that he's always hoped is to show these toreadors just what art with soul really is. Art with emotion, art with true life. The one clan that he knows so much about. To enamor them, to make them see that they are not the only ones who can bring passion into these mediums. They're not the only ones who can experience what it was to be alive. He will prove that despite his madness, his disorder, that even he knows how to experience emotions in a stable manner. Or does he? Maybe this is just an illusion. Maybe he really doesn't know. But his work continues nonetheless. He kind of gets to a slight impasse, a slight difficulty. Currently, five successes on the second statue. He runs into a second one. He has to kind of step back a little bit. Really look at the piece. Really try to experience it. He focuses his senses for a moment as he mentally takes a breath, not physically. And he feels the sensation of touch heightening. Just like anything else, he can truly feel what lies beneath the surface of his tools, beneath the surface of his of the material he's working in, this light-colored basalt. And he continues his work, getting very, very close to 10 p.m. And, he's hoping he can make this. He believes at this point nothing can bring him down. Not one thing can bring him down. Not one thing can keep him from doing this and maintaining his lifestyle. And indeed, 7 total successes. So the second piece is not in an out of character manner. The second piece isn't as good as the first, but it's very close. At 7 successes for the second and 11 for the first. Though it's not as good, he's very pleased. He puts that last touch again on the eyes. This is where this is the draw point. This is the point of, being able to look into the face of the likeness of this man, this great man who lived so long ago. The the pride in his old age of so many ups, not not focusing on the down points, on the failures, but the pride of having done a great deed. He believes he has conveyed this point in the eyes and brought out the emotion in the face, just like with the likeness of Ben Franklin. He puts his tools away, some on a rack, on the wall behind his table, his work table, some back in drawers, some in little cups and cans that he has. Cleans up his work area, and as he cleans them, he moves the two statues in front of him, and he reaches for a box with some bubble wrap or some tissue paper, and he packs them both in very carefully next to each other. He puts the bubble wrap and tissue paper in between them, and once he has that wrapped, he goes and grabs a jacket from the back of his favorite chair and puts it on. Dressed in his favorite business casual, he grabs the box and he heads down to the diner. A few moments later, he realizes, well, he's not sure if he can, knock on the front door and get someone's attention. So he goes to the back door, which is below, or he goes to the door behind in the back of the building. There's a fairly wide alleyway where he knows delivery trucks pull up to drop off various things the diner orders. And he gives a gentle knock on the door. He says, good evening. Is anyone in there? This is Stefan." He gives another gentle rap on the door. A few minutes later, maybe 3-4 minutes, he's waiting. He's just patient. He's he's greeted by the friendly face of the woman who runs this diner with her husband. Just barely hit 60. A pleasant woman with a great demeanor. Yes. Oh, hi, Stefan. Hi, Mr. Braunfiedler. Did you need to talk to me about something? Yeah. Yes. I have a couple more bust statues that I was wanting to put up for sale. I would like to show some to you and see if maybe we can continue our the deal as always. Oh, come on in out of this cold. We'll go sit down. Would you like some coffee, a piece of pie? No. I ate earlier. I'm very happy. I'm okay right now. Little overflow, but thank you for the offer. Stefan, he goes and sits down in a small office. Generally, this is where he handles his business, and The woman, after a little bit, she goes into the office and sits down at a table, not a desk, but a quaint little table across from him. Okay, well let me take a look at these statues. I know the other ones have sold very well. The people who have bought them have been very pleased, and a few people have been asking. They haven't seen any statues in here for a while. I'm glad to see you remembered. Yeah, I have been quite busy with so many other things. Um, but I don't forget that I need to keep rent paid, and I need to try to bring something to make my savings last longer. Oh, I know it's been difficult for you, but you've always been good, and that's why I don't mind working with you. Um, as she examines the pieces, I'm gonna go ahead and make a roll for her. She's not really too knowledgeable about art, more business than anything. I'll roll 4 dice. Um, she seems to be pleased. She doesn't have a trained artistic eye, but it's pleasing enough for her. And she believes that a lot of her customers, though they're blue collar, and it's quite a bit of money that Stefan charges per statue, but he believes that there are a few people who would be very interested in this statue of Robert Lee. And she then takes a look at the statue of Ben Franklin, and she's very much more enamored with that one. She seemed like, as she looks at it, um, she almost looks like maybe a tear might fall, but then no, she kind of straightens up and she's like, oh, well, this I haven't seen a likeness of Franklin in so long. That it's really been this good. Wow. Um, did you want to put these up for sale for the usual price? I mean, I know it's been a little high, but um, yeah, 200 per piece. I will. You take 70% of the sales. I take 30% of the sales, so that I can use that for other things I need to take care of or have spending money. Um, he will actually attempt like mm, wits finance, which is just the witch roll for him because he doesn't have finance. So uh, set the difficulty at 7, and actually going to spend a willpower for one auto success. If I succeed, I may be able to get that willpower back, being a bon vivant, and this is one of my pursuits. Um, okay, so just the auto success from willpower. He Stefan, he thinks that he's done pretty good, but again, oh, the business really does, like, wears on him so much. If only he could find somebody to help him out with this type of stuff. Somebody who is more knowledgeable, but he keeps his composure, and he just so would that be good? Um, we'll have her make a uh, oh god, a Intelligence, finance. Ah, okay. She wins. Um, well, I was thinking maybe 175 per piece. I mean, these are fine pieces, but maybe 175, maybe a little bit less. And I'll tell you what, I'll only take 50% of the sale and give you the other 50. And I'll tell you what. Since things have been really hard for you, I'll give you a break on your rent on the apartment, but I'm going to want you to make that up plus your rent for next month. So you'll owe me. Let's see, the rent's about 500 a month. So I'll give you a break and charge you 3, but I'm going to want seven next month if you can make it up. I'll work with you for payments, but I'll put these 2 pieces up for 175. Is that okay? Stefan, he sits back for a little bit, thinking it's going to be difficult. This is going to be very, very difficult. After taking a few moments of thought, he looks at the woman. He's like, "Yeah, yes, that will be is very generous. I am pleased to see that you still value my work, and I love your little your diner here. It's just a very, very quaint place. I'm very pleased to know that my work is appreciated here. Yes, thank you. Well, the woman, she looks up at a small cuckoo clock that she has in this little office area. And oh my word! Look at the time. Well, I have a lot of work to be able to get done before I can go home for the night and get some rest. But it was nice for you to bring these in. I'll get them put up immediately, and I'll display them and check back next month and or yeah, I'll check back with you next month. I'll leave the I'll leave your part of the money that you need to from the sale. I'll leave it all in an envelope in your private locked mailbox at the top of the stairs. Stefan, he smiles warmly at her. Uh, yeah, yeah. I do have some other things to take care of tonight, but thank you very much. And he gets up and he bows a little bit to the woman and says, "Well, I will take my leave and leave you to the rest of your night. Please have a pleasant one." And he turns and leaves the diner. He's not sure what else he'll do tonight, but he gets to the door. He walks out and closes it firmly behind him, and walks out onto the street to the side of the diner, just under the staircase leading up to his apartment, and he ponders for a moment. What else could I do? Where else do I wish to go? And that's where the scene will come to a close.